Okay, let's see what we can do here. For those of y'all that see me on my Facebook page and my YouTube page, I'm waiting on my TikTok page to engage. So I'm just sitting here. Okay. All right. Looks like my TikTok page is live, and my YouTube and my ministry Facebook pages are live. So it's been a minute, not too long, but a minute since I've done a live. I decided today to come on and do a live because I am, I have been, and I am in preparation for the first stop of my tour. I, if I'm honest, and I'm an honest person, if I'm honest, I'm a little irritated with the process. I think I have shared with y'all some of the research that I've done on what's involved with making music uh, professionally, and I think I posted that I actually do not enjoy the behind the scenes tedious part. Okay, the tedious part. Uh, the logistics, the business side, if you will. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember some of the things that I shared, like needing to have a distributor first, uh, needing to have someone to capture and manage your royalties, like BMI, is one of them. What else? It's recommended that you have an LLC um, to establish the music business separate from yourself. Um, it's recommended that of course, you got to make the music. Okay, so of course, you got to make the music. So um, I'm certainly not an AI person. I'm old school, and I'm not into the AI music scene. In my opinion, that's not real music. In my opinion, uh, and my opinion is important to me. Okay, AI has no soul, and therefore, someone's God-given gift cannot be properly funneled through AI in terms of creating and expressing from the heart. Okay, so you got to create the music, which I have diligently done. I spent roughly 8 months in the studio, and that was actually a very wonderful experience. It was work, but it was still enough pleasure in it that I enjoyed it. I even had times, several times, I sensed his presence. So I'm not sure what's going on here on TikTok. Uh, usually it's rolling and telling me that you're gonna like let other people know. Let's see. Invite. Okay, now it's starting to do that. So yeah, I was saying that there were times when I was in the studio, several times when I was in the studio, that the Lord made his presence known to me, that I felt the presence of the Lord, and that was reassuring. That was reassuring that I was doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. So the production, the creation, the development of the singles, and now my album concluded on July 27th. I finished the album and I'm very excited about that. Very, very excited about that. But I am also difficult, well, not difficult. I am also a little promoting, like I said, the business side of things. Um, right now, I've been putting things in place for the first stop of my tour. Tour. I'm going to tour. I'm not going to be out there like I'm some youngster trying to act like I'm 25, 30 years old, but I do want to engage with people, with humans, with real human beings. Okay. Online is fine, but it's not the same. It's not the same as touching people in person. I don't mean like even physically touching, but I mean just when you and you can tell how they're responding to you and you can respond to them. And when you have a band, it's like you feel each other. You inspire one another, you play off of each other, and it's just a whole different dynamic than doing something and everything, like I said, through AI or online. I'm thankful for some of these platforms because, like, during the what I call the pandemic, when during the pandemic that happened from 2020 to basically, I can't remember what year they finally started, settling down, but I used things like Zoom. I involved with our ministry. I used Zoom to stay connected with my family who was distance from me, and we had fellowship, and we even had what I call Zoom dinners. Like we would cook a Sunday dinner Zoom and share and talk about what we were eating and laugh and talk, and it kept us in touch. It kept us in touch, so it was valuable. But in terms of music, there is some value. There is some value because I couldn't even be on here right now sharing about my music journey, sharing about making music, sharing about what I'm doing if it wasn't for this technology. So there's some value in it. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, honey. I almost feel like I would rather just buy me some sort of a mini sound system. I've seen ministries that I've been involved with. I've seen them use these little mini speakers and microphones that that can be loud and can travel distance, and just do that. And I almost feel like I want to just get me one of those and do like some of these other folks that I've been seeing, that they have platforms where they go just set up someplace outside, where they just set up someplace and they just do what they love doing. Man, I saw this one guy just a few days ago. I don't even know his name. I never heard of him before, but the few moments that he sang, the song that he was singing literally brought people to tears. I had tears in my eyes because he just sang from his heart and he passionately, and I didn't even know everything that he said, but I felt what he said. I felt what he said. And that's what the commentator was saying. And it's been a while since I've performed and ministered live, but I remember what that felt like. And I almost feel like I would rather do that. Like I would rather just get a little sound system and just go set up someplace and sing, sing and worship and praise with me, then to have to go through all these hoops to do what you are created to do and to do what you enjoy to, to, to put music out there. Okay. Oh, I'm telling you, it's a little bit annoying. Some of the things that I didn't get to finish mentioning. Oh, it's, you should have professional photos. You should have professional promotion pictures, and you should have videos when you go places so that you can what? Advertise, so that you can share it, so that you can promote what you're doing. Okay. If you don't have a record label, which there are pros and cons to that, there are pros and cons, which then you have to front these costs. And most people just don't have this kind of money sitting around. Okay. Um, not to the degree of being able to just invest it and then cause your work to just really spread hundreds, 300,000, 500,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to do that. Okay. Going with the record label is also, um, you avoid those costs, so to speak, but then you don't, because then whatever they front for you, whatever they front to put you out there to expose you, then they take that off the top. They take that off the top. So there's pros and cons, and I'm just kind of sick of it. I'm just kind of sick of it. But I'm like, Lord, everything that you create, everything that you've created, wicked people and wicked systems want to come in and distort it. They want to distort it, and in order to make it a money making thing, they got to put all these clamps on it. They got to put all these rules on it. They got to put all these obstacles in the way. You know, you can't even just go to the park and just start singing during on a summer day without a permit, without somebody's permission. It's like, Lord Jesus, I feel like going and standing on a street corner, but probably would have to get permission, because if traffic starts slowing down and people start gathering, then I'm violating something. Okay, I'm violating something. Oh, even so, come quickly, Lord Jesus. I'm one of those believers that I'm thankful for life. I'm living life. I'm making my music dreams. I'm fulfilling my calling in every way that I know how, and every way that the Lord leads me to. But I don't like all of this mess. This ain't what I call good living. Okay. This ain't what I call good living. To have all these restrictions, to have all these demands, um, it's ridiculous. I had to vent. I just wanted to kind of get that out there. What I sat down to do, and why I decided to go ahead and do a live, is because I need to share. I need to share for people to even know about what I'm doing, for the opportunity to enjoy my testimony, because that's what my album is called. It's called Debonair, Debonair, which stands for to depose, to set aside, to deposit, to testify. Okay. So my album is a portion of my testimony through song. And in order for me to share it with people, I got to put content out. I got to do something to put content out. So I see folks is joining me on TikTok. I hope that that means that you're sticking with me. I haven't seen any hearts yet to let me know that anybody's pleased with what they've heard so far. But what I'm going to do today, I have burned CDs already. Gifted some people CDs who have kind of been encouraging me along the way. And so today, what I'm going to do is work on those CDs that I can stop. My first stop for my tour is going to be in my hometown, Stockton, California. One of my cousins has a lounge. It's a lounge, and it's a secular venue, but he and I we chose a Sunday. We chose a Sunday. Since I am a minister, we chose a Sunday, and we chose basically an afternoon 2 to 5 event. And he is planning to serve non-alcoholic beverages. I told him about a link. I told him not a link. I told him about a company, and I sent him the link for a company that I really use, that I utilize for my non-alcoholic beverages. And they have various various selections of wines, white wines, red wines, even champagne, Moscatos, things like that. But it's all non-alcoholic. So I told him about one of those options so that he can still have his bar open, but just you know offer um, acceptable acceptable choices because uh, committed believers, believers are not. We ain't trying to turn up. We ain't trying to get lit, as some of these terms that people say nowadays. Okay, we are able to have trying to do today. I've done this before. I've done this before. This is one of the CDs that I burned personally. Y'all can see it on my YouTube, on my Facebook, and now on my TikTok. I've done this before. Uh, this one is a single. I believe I put the single and I think I put the instrumental on here too. And this song is a very, very special song to me, actually. Um, Someone that I knew back in, wow, it was like 98, 99, between 98 and 99. My husband and I were we had been at we when we met, I was in a band and he was new to the area. And when we met, we were actually talking about music. We had music in common when we met. And he happened to know some of the people that were in my band, even though he was new to the area. He had been there before, but he was just that kind of guy that when he got to places, people just he just connected with people. He just met people, and so we ended up, you know, talking about the band, and I was also involved in a gospel group at the same time. Um, and the guy that was leading the gospel group, he had this song. He wrote this song, and he had several other people sing it. But when he met me, he wanted me to try it. He wanted me to try it. And I accepted the challenge and I sang it. He taught it to me and I sang it. And this song was so powerful to me. It's the song that the Lord used to restore my relationship with Him because I was okay. My screen done something. Okay. Oh, okay. Because at the time, even though I was singing in a gospel group, I was, like I said, also singing in a secular band. But my relationship with the Lord was quite. It was it was troubled. It was troubled. I was actually estranged from the Lord in my mind. He was not estranged from me, but I was estranged from him. I was upset with him, and I wasn't so upset that I would not sing gospel, apparently. And because of that, God used the song. It's called I'm Free. He used this song to minister to me. When I would sing this song, the presence of the Lord would come on me so strong, came on me so strong that it just overwhelmed me. He touched me, and it recognized the presence of God. And I had so many questions. I had so many issues at the time, but this gentleman, his name was Harry Hudley, artistic writer, composer, if you will. He plays piano, singer. He gave me this song to sing. He didn't turn over the rights to it, but he gave it to me to sing, permission to release it. So I released this on April 5th, 2026. And I burned some CDs and I've shared these with some people. So now, because I'm getting ready to go on tour, it's an old school thing. I know it's an old school thing, but it's coming back. From what I've seen, from what I've heard, watching some other people's lives, and the musicians that I was involved with doing, the making of my singles and my album and everything, CDs and vinyl records are actually coming back because people that really love music and are really interpersonal, that like to connect with others, they still value these kinds of things for what they are. I love the fact that I can take my CD and I can put it in my truck when I'm out running my errands or when I was commuting back and forth to work, which took me sometimes almost 3 hours. The traffic was bad to get there. I can pop my CD in and I can play the whole thing. I could stop it. I can repeat it. I can, what I'm saying? It To me, much, it's just much more practical even than me. When I try to do that on my streaming platforms, it's like you have to deal with commercials and or you have to pay money so that you don't have to deal with commercials and then you know like you want to at least it maybe I don't know what I'm doing and maybe that's the issue. People my age are having to deal with all of this extra and it's frustrating. It's frustrating. It takes away some of the pleasure of just enjoying your music. Back in the day, you put an album on, you could put a player album and play it again and again and again till you learned every song. You got to learn the songs that weren't even the popular songs. They'll take a few songs off of an album and make them into a hit, and then you get the album and you find out that there's a whole group of songs on there that are really really good, that are really, really good. There's songs I still remember from my teenage years of artists like Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know, of artists like, I wasn't a teen when Tony, but in my 20s, Tony, where they had ones that were hits like Anniversary, but they had other ones like uh, Still a Man, Baby. Never love somebody who loves so much it hurts you to hurt them so bad. I mean, have you ever loved somebody? I mean, you find out that they had a lot more to offer than what was made a hit, you know? And that's, I miss that. I miss that. My late husband was a musician himself, and he had and I still have an extensive vinyl, record collection of his, and an extensive CD collection. And I loved how and we used to do this back in the day too. You could make your own tapes. You know what I'm saying? You make your own tape player. He even made one for me when we met. He made me a beautiful a CD of some Brian McKnight songs. I still think about it. I was thinking the other day, man, I don't know. We moved and everything, and I was like, what happened to my tape? I might still have it in something packed away because I am a pack rat when it comes to sentimental things. But I think I'm just going on and on and on. What I got on here to do, and I better start trying to do before I get too tired, is I want to burn some more CDs. Okay, I want to burn some of this one. Let me show you what I got. This is like the finished product. It says I'm free. It's called I'm Free. Written by Harry Hudson, 4/5/26. Okay. Album is, I purchased several, I think almost, I want to say about 50. Was it 50? I don't remember if it was 50 or if it was 100, but I purchased this. Okay. That's the way it is with us old school folks. We don't just be liking to just, man, I wish I had it like that where I could just pay someone to just, and maybe as things improve, maybe I will be able to do that. But I bought me some cases. Okay. I bought some labels. Of course, they were blue at the time. Here's my labels. And I put the single covers of the songs that I released through my distributor, DistroKid, on the labels of the singles that I wanted. Okay, I did this myself. So I'm actually kind of proud of the fact that I'm able to do that in my 60s. There's some young lady that I just followed. I just hit follow on her page because she is reaching out to people over 60, and she's encouraging them and telling them, that 60 is 60s are not a new beginning, and she's got some really good quotes and things that she puts on there, and I agree. you know I struggle with it in some ways, but in other ways I'm like, I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished yet. The Lord told me I wasn't finished, and I gotta keep on keeping on until he comes back or until my day comes. Okay, that I get to go be with him. So left over from the last time that I was burning, I already have four of them. So I at least want to do four of this particular one at least, and then I already have, because I'm I was burning and I ran out in that day, so I stopped. I had waited, but this is the cover for "I'm Believing This," this, and I've got the covers for "Tears," "Tears," and down my face. I got tears on my eyes, tears in my eyes. I took these pictures myself, okay, in order to save costs and in order to revive some of my old talents. I used to do photography. Many years ago, I had a modeling and a talent agency, and we did. Let's cross this off your list. My let me hold on my screen over here. Something. Normal part of the next update is ready for you. So tell us when you'd like to use it. I'll tell them to remind me tomorrow. I have another laptop over here that I'm going to be using to burn my CD, and it just gave me a message, so I have to stop and look at it. Okay, so I hope some of y'all are sticking with me. I hope this topic is interesting. But if it's not, I don't know. I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing, and eventually it'll pay off. So I'm believing this. The concept for this came from the fact that the song is about misunderstanding. It's about understanding in relationships and in the relationship I got involved in, where I was believing that the relationship was about one thing, and the other person had a whole different idea what the relationship was about, and consequently, it ended in a very painful way, which some of you have probably experienced. If you've lived any life, you've probably experienced. So, being a believer, I think it's important to talk about where you come from and not just not only what God has done for you since you've been saved or redeemed or born again, but to share what He brought you from, what He brought you from. Okay. And before I met the love of my life, the man of my dreams, the man that I was married to for 22 years, I went through some painful experiences in relationships. And this song is about one of those experiences. So I got this one, and then I've also got this one, similar in the sense of it's written about memories. It's called My Memories, and that I had good memories. I was writing about the good memories at the time that I had being involved in that confusing relationship that ended bad. But I was focusing on the good memories at the time and for the part of the memories that I should say I thought were good. But I was not supposed to be involved in the situation in the first place. But in the song, I'm talking about how if it weren't for my memories, I it would be like I didn't even know this person. This person ended up treating me like I never existed. They were able to just cut me off, dump me like I never existed. So I was kind of tortured by my memories. If it weren't for my memories, I would think that I didn't know you. I should have said never knew you. If it weren't for my memories, I would think that I didn't know you. I won't keep going. I won't keep going. I'm starting to feel that a little bit. I've been sensitive all day today. Things have come on Facebook. My daughter's posted some things. I was spending time in my word and reading some things that just kind of touched me and brought tears to my eyes. So I seem to be in a sensitive place, and remembering those songs has has even stirred me up a little bit. So just bear with me. Just bear with me. It says 94 views, so I hope somebody's not just driving by. 94 views is better than nothing. Okay, so if anybody's like sticking with me, can you show me some hearts there? So TikTok, because what they're gonna do is send me that puzzle pretty soon. They're gonna give me that puzzle to say, I guess, are you real? So this one is I have labels already prepared for Shake It Off. Okay. This one was written in 1996. It's called Shake It Off because after I got through whew, drowning in my sorrows and being tortured by my memories and struggling trying to process this what just happened. I came to a place where I realized I was going to have to get over it. I was going to have to move on. I was going to have to shake off the ill effects of that mess. Okay? And and I wrote about it. I wrote about it, and so it's a mixture of um, what I call R&B and rock, because R&B is what I grew up on. I grew up on the 60s, 70s, 80s, Motown, pop, you name it. I grew up with rhythm and blues and all different kinds of music, but I also um, was feeling kind of angry and frustrated, and I wanted to convey that in the song too. So I was talking to myself, and I'm like asking myself, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do now? What you gonna say now? you know and it was kind of like I'm talking to myself, but I'm also talking to that person that wounded me and used me and discarded me, and I'm kind of like, you made all this mess, although I played a role in that. I made the choices that I made. So it's a combination of to find a way I love it. I love it. It's more upbeat. It's something you could dance to. When my uncle heard this one, he was like, "Oh, I could just take that one. I could just put it in my truck." He said, "I could just see myself driving down the road, popping the top, and just saying, you know what? I'm shaking it off. I'm shaking off the stress. I'm shaking off the problems. I'm shaking it off." And sometimes we have to do that. That was a major battle, a major struggle in my life at the time, and I had to shake it off. And the Lord had to help me shake it off. But I'm singing about it, okay? I'm singing about it because he got me through. He got me through. You hear me? He got me through, and blessed me with the love of my life. But I got labels for that, and I've already got some labels for the release that motivated me to go ahead and do my album. I had written these songs, some of them as old as 96, 1996, 97, 98, 99, 2000, and they were just sitting on the shelf, basically. Sitting on the shelf, hadn't done anything with them, but as is true with life situations, when the love of my life went home to be with the Lord, that was a change in my life. That was and sometimes still is a very sensitive and painful uh, thing. I have wonderful, wonderful, wonderful memories of our time together. But I miss him so much. I miss him so much. And it's by the grace of God that I'm able to continue. You know, the Lord told me my work was not finished. And the Lord told me to celebrate his life and to not to dwell on the pain, but to celebrate him. So in doing that and in trying to process, I was inspired to write my first release. This was my first released it in April of 2025, and this one was called Missing Your Love. If you can see that up close, you can see the picture of my husband in the background. I was singing about how I was feeling, and I still miss him. I still miss him. I'm open to whatever the Lord has in store for the future, but I still miss him a lot. He was so valuable to me in so many ways. Just he brought a lot of laughter, a lot of love, a lot of companionship, a lot of adventure, um, a lot of wisdom. He just brought a lot to into my life and the lives of the others that he touched. So what I call myself gonna try to do, and I say try to do is because I have an an older laptop. This was my husband's laptop, and I was burning CDs on this older laptop. Let's see if I can turn it around so y'all can see it here for a minute. Can I do that, y'all? Can I do that? Let's see. I have an older laptop. Uh-oh. You see my older laptop? It's my husband had this before. This was his. We had matching laptops. I actually still have mine upstairs. Use it. Use it. And so that's kind of crazy that I said that because I chose to go ahead and get a newer. Laptops only last you for so long, and especially the newer ones, especially ones. So I chose because need for ministry and personal use, and I chose to go ahead and get me a newer one, which is what I'm on my YouTube and my Facebook page. So on that old laptop, let's see if I can pull it up here. I was burning these, and I already had, let's see, hold on a second. Free. I already had. Hello, Sister Angela. All right, dear. All right, then. I just happened to look up in time and see your hello. Awesome. And Sister Rose Marie. Hi there. God bless you, Sister Rosemary. Hi. How y'all doing? I'm on here talking about I'm getting ready to burn some CDs in preparation for my tour for the first stop of my tour. I want to have CDs available to people that come to see me so that they can have something to take home. All right, good. I'm glad you're good, Rosemary. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're good, Sister Angela. Awesome. I knew if I stayed here long enough, somebody would come on that knows me. I gave a whole intro and leading up to what I'm getting ready to do. I was talking about the fact that I'm excited about going on tour. I'm excited about performing again. But I'm also frustrated and a little irritated with the preparations that go into it. It's like I wish I could just go set up on the curb somewhere. I wish I could just take a speaker and a microphone and just go set up on the curb and just sing. Just sing and praise, just have a good time. Oh, thank you, Sister Angela. She sent me a heart. And what was that thing? I don't even know what that was. That just was it just a heart? Awesome. She said, but I understand. Yeah, it's like the world makes everything so hard. They just throw obstacles in the way. They make everything so hard. I don't even know if you want to hear me repeat what I was already saying about everything that you are supposed to do technically to be in the music business for yourself. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I want to just, sing. I just want to sing. I just want to enjoy the people. I want the people to enjoy me. I want the Lord to be pleased. I want, him to have his way. And that for me, the Lord don't he don't have a he is the one who established feast. She said the are you saying the easy? Sister Angela says, I haven't forgot. I just got a good time and sit down and write it out. Oh, cool. I know, dear. I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you just like yesterday in the midst of things that I had going on. I was thinking about you and I was like, wondering how she's doing. And I was tempted to reach out and call you. And I said, no, I got enough things going on right now anyway. So I'll just wait. I'll just wait. She said the essay. All right. God is good. God is good. Do you want me to tell Rosemary what we're talking about? Sister Angela? Should, so that she knows or anybody else who's listening knows. In addition to honey, I know, I understand. I understand. Back in 2010. Yes, Sister Rosemary, that fellowship with you guys, but I am a minister called Equipping the Saints. When I say we started it, the Lord led us to start it. It just started. It was something that started to develop when we were in California. Um, People were having a hard time finding places to go and be fed in ministry and being nurtured and cared for properly. And I was feeling troubled about how the conditions of churches were. And the Lord just began to deal with our hearts about opening our home and having fellowship, real fellowship, like breaking bread, sitting down, eating together, laughing and talking, and Bible study, and singing songs to the Lord and whatnot, just the way the Lord did, the way the Lord did back when He was here on the earth. And so we started that in our home, like really back in 2005, and we did that until we left California in 2007. I want to say no, 2009. And when we moved to the East Coast, which is where I am now, we just continue to expand on that. We continue to have fellowship in our home. We would have fellowship with one person. If there was someone that we met and they were trying to understand the Bible or had questions about God, we would minister to one person, or we would have several people, a group, or and we just kept expanding as the Lord led us. We started a radio ministry. I have a radio ministry that is online, and we've been online since 2010. It's called I'm Not the Same Woman I Used to Be, I'm Free. Uh, my husband used to coach basketball, and he used basketball as an outreach ministry. I have offered counseling, one on one counseling, based on my own experience and based on being a minister. I've offered one on one counseling primarily to women. Sometimes we did marriage couples counseling. Sometimes we did family crisis counseling, clinics, all as part of our outreaches. And we also did a word academy. That's what Angie, Sister Angie, Angela, that's what she was talking about. We also we started a word academy. And we have showing you pictures where it says to do this and to do that. Form of ministry, a public type ministry. It'll equip you. We teach on subjects like spiritual warfare, miracles, um, the Jezebel spirit, prophets and prophecy, um, deliverance. I mean, there's just a group of topics that we felt were relevant that are not being taught in a lot of churches, or at least they weren't at the time that we started doing what we were doing. I'm hearing more of those things now. So, anyway, Sister Angela is talking about the fact that she expressed interest in some of those materials, and she's in the process of working on the first step to begin. What Sister Angela is putting in the chat. So I'm encouraging her. I understand. I understand. People can work at their own pace. If you take our modules, you can work at your own pace, or you can have a more structured engagement. When my husband and I were doing it together, we did it like every week. and it was more, we kept the pace going. Now, because God has me doing music and other things, our teaching is on YouTube. It's on our YouTube channel. It's called Equipping the Saints Ministries with Minister Chris and Diane. Watch the videos yourself, or you can register and you can still watch the videos, but then I'll give you the curriculum so that you can get your study tools, so that you can get your books and touch bases with me so that I can support you. Okay, so Sister Rosemary says, wow, that is interesting. And she says, great. And she says, yes. And then I will go. Nice. Wow, that is even better. She says, I will go to Sister. I'm not sure what you're saying right there. YouTube. Okay, awesome. Praise the Lord. I would love that. We did some training, some good training. There's some videos. The first couple of years were with me and my husband, and then after he passed, I continued. Because the Lord told me I wasn't done. He said, "Nope, you're not done." So I continued. And there's some that are in the live column, and then there's some that are in the video. Thank you, Sister Angela. There's live, and then there's the video portion. So with Minister Chris and Diane, you will see our symbol, which is a soldier. It's a soldier, and it's like the soldier is gray, and then there's like a pink background, and then you'll see Equipping the Saints and Ministries over the top. I can run and get a picture if you need me to. But if you type in Equipping the Saints and Ministries with Minister Chris and Diane, it should pull up. And I would love, we don't have a whole lot of subscribers. I've just been obedient and I've just shared what the Lord has given me to share. She says, nice. Okay, I will go and subscribe. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Go subscribe. I do what I do, you know, because I love the Lord and I love the Lord's people and I want to hear him say, well done. So, so if if you his image, we were created in his image. And And God Himself is a whether it is, oh, there's that puzzle. Let me do this puzzle. I don't understand why TikTok does this, but here's the puzzle. TikTok, there's the puzzle. Okay, okay, made me do the puzzle. You guys are sending up hearts, so it knows that I'm alive, but it made me do the puzzle. Okay. Um, I'm just talking and talking, talking. Let me see what the question is here. What kind of tour are you doing? You sing too? Yes, darling. Yes, it's a live performance. I do sing. That's what I came on here to talk about, was actually the fact that my album was released. No, I'm sorry. My album is scheduled to be released on the 23rd of this month. Okay. Leading up to that, thank you for the rose. God bless you, Sister Angela. You are live on YouTube as well. Yes, I am. I'm streaming. I got several things going on here. I'm on my laptop and I'm streaming on YouTube and my Facebook page, our ministry's Facebook page. Okay. And then I'm on my phone on my TikTok page. So you found us. You found us, Sister Rose. You found us. Yes, I'm glad to know I'm live too. All right. I think I can see some of the comments on my YouTube. If you make a comment on my laptop, I think I'll see your YouTube comment. To go leading up to the release of my album, I actually released several singles, Sister Angela. She was aware of that. She came onto one of my TikToks. She was like one of the first people that when I started doing lives on TikTok, she came on and I was talking about music and she joined and I started encouraging her to sing again and she's been singing. Sister Rosemary sings also and she's been singing. And so every time I'm on someone's every time she's on someone's lives and she's inviting me to join them and then she's telling people that I sing. But yes, Sister Angela, I do sing. This is one of my CDs, one of my singles. It's called I'm Free. It's an original. Someone wrote it for me many, many years ago. Sister Rosemary said, I like to sing. And you do. She's been singing. I haven't been on people's lives in a little bit because my schedule doesn't allow me right now to do that. But when I was, Sister Rosemary she's been singing on Princess Warriors and My Nosy Cousin and I want to say Stephanie, like multiple platforms. And then if I happen to tune in, then she's like, you guys need to invite Lady Di. You need to invite Lady Di. And so it's been wonderful, actually. I've enjoyed it. I just haven't had the time right now because I'm preparing to go on tour. So, Sister Angie, I've written songs going back to the 90s, like 96, 97, 98, 99, and forward. 2020, 22, I believe 23 was the last one that I wrote. And those were songs that were telling things that were going on in my life at the time. So the Lord finally stirred me up to do something with those songs. They've just been sitting on the shelf. They've just been, on old tape cassettes and paper. And when my husband passed away, the Lord began to inspire me to write again. He began to inspire me to write again. And when I did that, I released my first single that looks like this. If you can see that, it's called Missing Your Love. My first single looks like that. And that inspired me. Yes, yes, I wrote my first single inspired by the fact that I was missing the love of my life. And then that stirred me up to pull out those old songs. The Lord had told me many, many years ago that He did call me to sing, that singing was something that He was going to use me to do on a bigger scale. And I was already singing in bands, I was already singing in church, I was already singing um, just, praise and worship, just, retirements, just me and my husband ministered together in song. If you go on our radio hear like my husband did the commercials and you can hear his voice, and he did some of the 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 ins and outs for the commercials, and he even played for me. So we ministered together for years. And so missing him kind of stirred up that writing. It stirred that gift back up again, and that inspired me to finally go in the studio, and to record and make the songs available. And that's how I ended up with the album. That's how I ended up with the album, and now I am trying to prepare to go and perform. Since my husband passed in 2020, I have only performed one birthday and then my daughter asked me to come to her school, probably last year also, I think. And I sang with her and some of the kids at her school when she was working at a school. But other than that, I have not performed since 2020. I haven't ministered or performed in song like in live. I've done some things online, but not live. So it's kind of like the Lord is dusting me off. It's kind of like He's pulling me out, and dusting me off and telling me, all right, it's time for you to get moving again. It's time for you to, do this again. Thank you, Sister Angela. Is that Angela said that's beautiful? And Rose said, Amen. Wow. And I'm happy for you, sister. So that part of it, I am excited about. I am looking forward to that again. It is kind of it's got me feeling a little nervous, stamina as I used to have, but music still does make comments over here. I think I see some comments here on the YouTube. Rosemary, I'm going to say, this is awesome, you guys. This is awesome. Sometimes when I stream on my Facebook and my YouTube channel, a lot of times I don't get any responses. Oh no, why isn't it letting me type? I'm trying to type back to you, Rosemary. Hi. Oh, there it is. YouTube. There I am. Okay, and then let me hit hi. HIT. Therer. There you go. There you go. Sister Rosemary is with me on YouTube. Sister Rose is with me on YouTube. I'm gonna make that. Okay, Angela says I will be back. Okay, sister. And Rosemary says you will be fine. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I know I will be. I know I will be. My daughter's actually going to join me. She sings as well, and she's going to help with my background vocals. It's also special too because the venue is that my one of my cousins has a lounge, and I was talking about this before you guys came on. It's a secular lounge. It's a worldly lounge, but we chose that I would come on a Sunday because I do wholesome and gospel music. I do a combination of styles of music, but it's wholesome. So we chose that I'm going to be there on a Sunday, and he's going to actually order non-alcoholic beverages, non-alcoholic wines, to cater to the Sunday crowd. So we're kind of doing something fresh, if you will, something different. And because I'm singing about my testimony, um, there will be the songs that the Lord led me to write as He was bringing me back into relationship with Him, and then after I got back into relationship with Him. So there's some good old hand clapping gospel songs. There's some tambourine playing. I got to play my tambourines and my maracas. Um, so I think it's going to be great, but I am nervous. I am still nervous about it. But it's exciting because it's causing my family to come together too. There's family that I have not seen in years. This cousin I have not seen in person since I want to say 2015. I believe it was around 2015 the last time I saw this cousin. So that's more than 10 years. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. This is good because it will catch the ear of some people. That's my desire. Yes, that is my hope and my desire. And then she says, Amen. Yes, that is to bring everyone together. Yeah, so that cousin I haven't seen. My one of my nephews, when I reached out to one of my nephews to tell him about it and ask him would he support me, I haven't seen this nephew since he was a boy. He was a boy. And now he's a full grown man with a family, children of his own, and a wife. And he was like, Yes, Auntie, yes, I will not only support you 100%. He said, I'll support you 1,000%. He said, and he's a singer. He's an R&B slash rapper singer, but he doesn't sing, gospel music per se. He doesn't sing gospel music. He said, if I even sing with you, he said, because this would be a beautiful moment for our family. And I was like, you know what? I haven't seen him since he was a boy. Yeah, I said, I love the idea of doing something that will bring our family together. So he said, You just tell me what you want from me. He said, You just let me know what you want me to sing. And I told him my theme, and I told him, that the theme is pain, gain, hope, and love, because that's what I sing about: the pain in my life, the gain when I began to come out of that pain, the hope that the Lord gave me, the love that I experienced because of the Lord. And I said, if you can pick songs that are within that theme, then we got a deal. And he said, Auntie, he sent me his EPK is what they call it, electronic press kit. He sent me that. He said, you pick the songs and I'll sing it. I'll sing it. So I was able to pick, I think I picked about 5 of his songs he's going to open that are love songs. I believe about 3 of them were love songs, and 2 of them were singing a little bit. Some of them were a little bit about heartache, but those are true to life. I believe those are songs that are true to life. And as long as they're not encouraging someone to be down, as long as they're not encouraging someone to do sinful things, then I think that they're appropriate. So it started to like develop into more than I even realized. One of my other nephews, who I also haven't seen in years, when I reached out to him, he was like, "Auntie, I'm just so touched." He said, "We used to have so many good memories." He said, "I have so many good memories of growing up and being at your house." And he's like, "This is so encouraging for me to see that you're doing this, after all of the changes, after losing his uncle, and that I'm in my 60s and I'm still pursuing dreams and things that the Lord gave me to do." He said, "This is just so encouraging." He's like, "Yes, I want to be there. I want to be there." So next thing I know, like family is starting to kind of be pulled together, be pulled together for this. And I find that that's how it is with the Lord a lot of times. Is like He'll tell you to do something, and you'll do it thinking one thing. You'll do it thinking that it's for this purpose. And He often doesn't tell you like the whole picture. He doesn't often give you the whole picture. But then as you obey, then it begins to grow. You begin to see, wow, okay, there was more to this than I realized. Sister says, "That is great." She says, "Amen." Okay, amen. Yeah. So, in preparation, I've been shopping for merchandise type ideas, things that I can make available, that I can sell, so that people have some memorabilia to take home. I didn't want to do anything, and the Lord kind of checked me to lead me in that way. I didn't want to sell things that promote me, even though I'm the one who's singing. It's not about like putting my likeness and my image on everything. I'm on some of my CD covers, true, but I didn't want to go overboard with that. So my daughter helped me come up with a really nice image for pain, gain, hope, and love. And the fact that I like tea, that I'm a tea drinker. Um, I don't have that in front of me right now, but I would. Since you guys are on here, I would show it to you. Let's see, but I'd have to mess up my phone. It's on my phone. So she helped me to come up with a very nice image for that. So I shopped for merchandise that we can make available, some cups, some journals that we're gonna, put those labels on, because as a minister, as a believer, and even just as a individual, I believe journaling is very good. I think it's good for us to record our thoughts, our dreams, our visions, our impressions, significant events in our lives. It helps us, I believe, to not only capture the history, but also to process things. I learned that when I was going through some very, very difficult times of my own, and more so when the Lord restored me, when the Lord restored my relationship to Him. He told me to write. He told me to write down the dreams. When He started giving me dreams, He told me to write them down, to write them in detail, to write how I was feeling, to write the colors, to describe them. And so that's a habit that I have formed for many years now. And so, since that's a part of who I am, I wanted to make journals available. I just wanted to make my merchandise like meaningful things, not just just junk, not just trinkets, if you will, but meaningful things. So I found some beautiful journals. We're going to put the labels on those. I found some beautiful mugs. We're going to put the labels on those. And today I'm trying to work on CDs. I shopped for t shirts and I wasn't happy with my t shirt choices. But if possible, I'm going to set up a merchandise store through my distributor for the t-shirts. I can't promise that yet because I got to do more research on it because it's going to depend on whether they let me put my own image on there that we created and maybe some of my singles. I don't know yet. I'm not really that big of a t-shirt person myself, but I know other people love to wear t-shirts with their images and their signs and their statements on them. So I'm still looking into that. But these are the parts of the making music that are tedious. It's like, can I just sing? Can I just sing? Lord, can I just sing? Or can you give me some help? Can you give me some help so that other people can do this research and these logistics and or plane tickets and renting cars and all that stuff. Maybe one of these days, the Lord knows. I saw a lady. I don't know if you guys know of her. Her name is Candy Staten, and I remember her from when I was in my 20s. She came on TBN, Trinity Broadcasting Network, way back then, and she was singing gospel. I thought she was a beautiful lady. She had a powerful testimony of how the Lord had brought her out of the secular music industry and restored her. And, she'd been through a lot. And she used to sing this song called Sin Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Um, oh, let me see. I'm missing some of your comments. She said, right, amen. Just sing, sister. Oh, Lord, bring her the team. Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Bring her the team. Yeah, Candy used to sing this song called Sin Doesn't Live Here Anymore. And I just fell in love with that song. She was like, that's why sin doesn't live here anymore. She would say, because God's temple, oh, it must be holy. I must stay ready to meet him. That's why sin doesn't live here anymore. Oh, and that just meant so much to me. She was talking about how God cleaned her up and sin doesn't live here anymore. How our temple must be holy. We must remain ready to meet the Lord. Well, I said all that to say that I lost touch. I didn't hear anything about her for many years. For many years, I didn't even know she was still performing, but she is literally making a comeback. She's 85, I think. I think she's 85 or 86 years old now. And she's making, like, I just saw on TikTok a video of her. She's performing somewhere. It was just a few seconds. But you're talking about a huge, there was I couldn't even see the end of that stadium. I don't know if it was a stadium. I don't know if it was outdoors. But yeah, she's like 85 or 86 years old. She was still moving. She was still working that crowd. I watched, if you look her up on TikTok, you can find she has Candy Staten official page, because there's some fake pages out there of hers, but there's an official one. She they do shorts where she's being interviewed, she's talking about her testimony. She has some very interesting stories of things that God has brought her through, and she is still performing and has a new album at 85 years old. Don't tell me that God will not continue to use you, that God will not preserve you. Hey, Dandy's World, I haven't seen you in a minute. I haven't been doing lives. I haven't been doing lives, but it's good to see you. It's good to see you chatting with me. I'm on here talking to Rosemarie, and I'm on here talking with Angela. Angela said that she would be back, but I am on here talking about my tour, Dandy's World. I'm getting ready to do the first stop of my tour to celebrate and share my album. I have an album that is going to be released on August 23rd. And I'm just talking about that whole process and the fact that I'm getting ready to burn some CDs like this one so that I can have to make available when I am am in yeah, when I'm on tour. I'm going to be in Stockton, California. If you go to my page, you'll see that I've been posting about it. The flyer is on my page. Sister Rosemarie says, I will have to go sleep. It is always a blessing to talk to you on your live. God bless you. It was a blessing for me too. It was very encouraging to have you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Lots of love. I didn't realize how much I missed being on with you guys. So God be with you until we meet again. God be with you. Okay. All righty. So Dandy's World, you're welcome. You're welcome. Dandy's World, yeah. I'm talking about a tour that I'm getting ready to start. I'm not I'm not a youngster, but I was just telling Rosemary how there's this woman named Candy Staten who she has truly inspired me because she's 85 and she is still spunky. She does not move like she's an old lady. She's still, gets the crowd going and she still sings and she just released an album and she's like she's got a comeback going. I don't even know if she ever left the scene, but I lost touch with her years ago. But her old music is being revived. Her old music is being revived. And I'm just hoping that the Lord is just going to, I believe, not just hoping, that He's going to bless me to get my music out there, to share my music, and that it will be a blessing. She's been a blessing. Just watching her and seeing what God is doing in her life, and she testifies and she talks about things that God has done in her life, and they just celebrated a birthday with her for her. I've been following her on TikTok. I've been following her on TikTok, and you guys can do the same thing too. So, what I'm trying to do, I've got my other screen open, and I turned it around so that I could show y'all, but it's too much like to pick this laptop up again. So I've got my other screen open, and I am trying to burn some more of these CDs. This one, I've already got some labels ready. I've got labels ready. Okay. I've got a CD in the little drawer. I got a blank CD. Okay. This is the part that I wish I had somebody else that can just do this part for me, honey. It says, please insert a blank disk in the CD drive once Windows Media player detects the new disc, it will automatically start. Okay. I don't want to do that actually without. I think what I want to do is add the instrumental to the next group of CDs. I want to have the one with my voice, and then I also want to have the one with, let's see, back in the day, do you know that? Back in the day, let's see if I can add this. Let's see, how do I add this? I've done it before, but every time I do it, I have to refresh my memory. God bless Sister Rosemary. God bless. If you're still there, God bless you. Every time I do it, I have to refresh my memory because I don't do it enough to remember. Okay. So, okay, it's not on there. Oh my goodness, Lord, give me strength. Let's see how we met. This body of mine is his temple. I'm still hearing Candy Staten's old song. Swept clean with truth and love. I must keep it spotless for him. All right, now, see, these are the things that I must stay ready to meet him. I think I'm mixing up the words. Swept clean with truth and love. That's why sin doesn't live here anymore. Mm. Now let me see. Uh, See, I want to add the instrumental to this, but I cannot remember. If I have it on here, I don't think it's on this external hard drive. No, it's not on this external hard drive. But I think I put it on another memory stick. I think I did. So, how I can't remember how to get it over here. The playlist. I'm free, missing your love. Neutral. You know what? I made myself a cup of tea and then I totally forgot about it because I got all involved in the conversation with Angela and Rosemarie. So, what I think I would like to do is go look for that other memory stick, and then If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right. Okay. So I think I'm gonna go look for that other memory stick and then heat up heat up my cup of tea. So I don't know if anybody is still watching live. If you are, I'll be back in a few moments. Okay. I hope TikTok don't kick me out while I go heat up my tea. Okay. How did you get in here? This nasty fly. How did you get in here? Anybody even in here? Okay, so I don't know if anybody's with me or not, but I'm trying to. I went and got my memory stick. I think the instrumental version of this song is on the memory stick, so I'm trying to find it. I'm free. Cover. There's the neutral. Yeah. I'm free. That one is on there. Where's the instrumental one? Missing your love. Okay, it's not on this one. I think it's on another one. So I'm gonna go look for that one. I brought two of them down here so I wouldn't have to make an extra trip. But I'm gonna go look for one more memory stick. Okay. I'm trying to put the song version with my voice and an instrumental version on a single CD. Okay. So I'll be back. I heated up my tea. Today I was feeling a little bit stressed. So I wanted to get me some Hershey's Kisses. Just had a taste for some chocolate. Chocolate. I actually sing about that in one of my songs. Some of the places that I feel good are me and my cup of tea. That'll be on the album. Uh, I talk about I like chocolate. C's candy. C's are my main squeeze. That's one of my favorites right there. Is my C's candy. Bordeaux's. Bordeaux's, to be more specific. That's going to be, it's already been registered. It's already been registered with DistroKid, so it's going to be released the same day of my live performance. I couldn't do Bordeaux's today, but I did go and get me some Hershey's. I enjoy those too. I'll be back. I have to go get my other memory stick. I'll see if I can get rid of this fly. Ain't nobody invited you to come in here. All right. So I'm back and I got something for the fly. If the fly comes back, if he knows what's good for him, it would have went out that door when I went out the door. Cause I'm gonna handle him if he keeps on. Yep, there you are. I'm gonna handle you. Yeah, sure am. Just go ahead and land. Go ahead and land. Gotcha. Told you. Told you. I told him to go somewhere. It's old school right there. We don't play. We don't play. Nobody told you to come in here. You should have stayed where you was at. I don't even know where it fell. I knocked him off, but he going being here disturbing my peace. I can't stand flies, you guys. They are not a part of God's original design. I can't stand them. They're nasty. They're nasty. They don't like nothing. They only like things that are nasty and dirty and filthy. Can't stand them. Okay, so let's see if I can. It's telling me that there's something wrong with my. Okay, there you are. Okay, I got the memory stick up. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. I'm free. Instrumental. There it is. There it is. See if I can pull it up. Hi, Nicole. If you're still with me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention. What I'm trying to do is burn some CDs, and I've been talking to those who have joined me about the fact that I'm burning CDs for my performance. I have a performance coming up on the 23rd. It says copy. I'm gonna copy that. I have a performance coming up on the 23rd of August in my hometown of Stockton, California. My album is going to be released. Let's see if I can see. Can I do that? How do I add it? Mm. I'm sorry. My album is going to be released on the same day, August 23rd. And I am trying to burn some CDs so that I can have there at the venue, at the performance, to make available for people. Because I don't have it like that where I can just, pay to have them done. I'm not gonna say that. You got to speak. You got to speak positive. I'm gonna say, um, I'm dealing with. How should I say that better? If I keep saying what I don't have, then that's speaking against what I could have. So I just want to say I'm working with what I have for now. I invested in CD, blank CDs. I invested in uh, CD cases. Um, I bought some labels of my own and I burned CDs already, but they're all gone except for, I believe, one. I think this is the last one. So now I'm trying to burn some more. And that's how I'm going to put that. I'm not going to say I don't have it like that. My Father is rich in heaven. My Father is rich in heaven. And so he just hasn't released it to me yet. But if my Father's rich, I'm rich. Okay, I'm trying to get. Um, there we go. Okay, now can I get you? Can I get you? Every time I do this, though, I have to refresh my memory on how to do it. My battery's about to die, or it's getting low on my phone. Let's see. How do I can't remember how to get the song that I want over to my playlist. I can't just do it like that. Let's see, create a playlist. Untitled. Nope, 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 nope. Artist, da, da, da. Other libraries. Nope, that's not what I want. Organize. Apply media. Information changes. Manage libraries. Every time I do it, prepping an album release for August 23rd. Yes. Yeah. Every time I do it, I have to look it back up on my phone and refresh myself on how I get the songs that I want to burn into my library or my playlist. So that all I have to do then is drag them over to the burn list. When I drag them over to the burn list, then I can hit start burn. And I found the instrumental that I want to add to the song with the voice. Lord have mercy, but I can't remember how to get it up here on this original. Maybe I need to look it up. Okay. Nobody's watching on my YouTube and Facebook right now, as far as I know, but I'm gonna. Will that mess it up if I look that up? If y'all know how to do it, if there's anybody on there that knows how to do it, tell me, remind me. How do I get the song from my memory stick to my playlist so that I can drag it over to my burn list? Let's see, other media. No, that's not what we want. We don't want other media. We don't want other videos. Nope. We don't want that. Unknown album. Nope. Ooh, that would be good. When my album is released, I can just put my album there. Okay, that's music. Unknown. I got something in the music one. I'm believing this is there. But in my playlist, all I need to do. Okay, how do I get it there? How do I get it there? Christopher. That's my hubby's name. I like chocolate. Seizes my main squeeze. Portals to be more specific. Open, create playlist. Okay, I thought that when I put my memory stick in, it should show up in the column of my other options, but it's telling me there's a problem with it. Oh, come on. There's no problem with it. Okay, so how do I? Maybe I should go get my other phone and I should look up how do I? There we go. Okay. Okay, so that is there. I should look up how to add the song to my playlist. Now, the other thing that I was going to try to do is I knew that there might be some trouble on my old laptop. So I downloaded all my songs into my Windows player on my other laptop. And I was going to try to use this external CD burner that I have. But I think what I'm going to do, y'all, because I've been on here for a while now, I was going to say I might just go ahead and get off of here and so I can concentrate. But I'm not. I'm going to grab my other phone and look it up and see if I can remind myself, how do I get, it says create a playlist. There's libraries, music videos, libraries, music videos. How do I manage libraries, sort, custom navigation, layout options? How do I gotta try to remember how to put the song in my playlist. Hmm. I've done it before. I've done it before. I can do it again. I can do it again. Let me go get my other phone. And let me get another piece of chocolate and sip a cup of tea. That's some good tea. I like my tea. I like things that are warm and cozy and make me feel at home. I do. I don't know if this is going to work, but I just plugged up my phone because the battery's getting low. Will that work? I don't know if that'll work. Last time I turned it to the side and it didn't record properly. I like chocolate seasons my main squeeze. Boreals to be more specific. Yeah, that's my honey over there in the background. That's my late honey. He's still my honey in my heart. I was just trying to see if I could put this on a stand, put this phone on a stand so that I can plug it up. So because the way it is right now, I can't plug it up and then hold it up. Oh, maybe that'll work. We'll see if that'll work. Petty force in different flavors. Absolutely terrific. Well, we'll leave that there for the moment for now and see if it'll work. I will be back. I'm going to go get my other phone. Okay. I wonder what this. I'll be right back. All right. Okay, if anybody's with me, I'm back. Let me see if I can look this up. Burning CDs. Lord, I'm almost tempted to just burn this one without the instrumental because it's taking more time. but I'm gonna have to know how to do my other ones too. So I'll go ahead and look. Burn CDs. Burn CDs. Windows. What is this called? This is called, yeah, Windows Media Player. Windows Media. See if I can find it. Yeah, I know that part. It's talking about hit the burn tab on the right, insert the CD. That part I know how to do. I'm trying to remember how do I create a playlist. So maybe I need to put in create a playlist. Playlist. We'll do that first. Create a playlist and open the app and go to the library view. Click create playlist in the left. Okay, let's go to the library. Uh, yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to drag and drop your favorite. Okay, so maybe it's because it's not showing up here yet. Come on, come on, baby. Do what I need you to do. Maybe I can do it this way. Let's just move this over and find the song again. I'm free instrumental, so let's try moving it over like that. Nope, didn't work that way. See if I just move it over here. Can I just move it over there? Oh, I did it! 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 Okay, let's see if that works. It said drag it, and drop it, and I dragged it and I dropped it, y'all. So now let's put let's see if it's gonna do it. Hit start burn. Nope, it's giving me a hard time. It says cancel. Come on, go ahead and accept it. Okay, so now it wants to be sensitive about accepting. This is where I'm going to probably have to put my on. I command you to function the way you are designed to function. I don't have all night to be playing. I'm laying my hands on you and I command you to work. This is what happened the last time I was burning CDs. I got to burn so many, and then it started giving me a hard time about um oops, nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. About actually accepting the CD. The drawer kept popping open. The drawer kept popping open. I know that it's easier to have someone else do this for me, but I also have skills, talents, and abilities that I need to use because this is where I'm at right now. I've got the supplies, I bought the supplies, so let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's burn. I don't want to clear. No, no, I don't want to clear. Windows Media cannot burn to the disk because the drive is in use. Wait a few minutes for the other burning task to complete. Oh my goodness, is it burning? Let's see. Normally, when it's burning, it turns green. Normally, when it's burning, it turns green, and then it also will pop open when it's finished. The drive is not in use. Okay, so something's wrong. Okay, come on, baby. I want you to do like you're supposed to be doing. You got a job to do. You got a job to do. While you're trying to make up your mind, I'm going to have me another piece of chocolate. Sounds like it's doing something. So, well, I might try to do this while I was doing that. Try to set up this other one. See if I can set it up and maybe it'll be easier. Okay. Oh, can y'all still see me on StreamYard? Okay, so if y'all can still see what I have is This is a an external CD burner, an external CD burner, and it's supposed to make this easier and quick. Okay, I've tried to use it before. I tried to use it before I bought it, and I tried to figure it out before, and I couldn't figure it out. So while I'm trying to let my other one, my old one, come on, baby, come on, I need you to do what you're supposed to do. You old baby, you still can be faithful, right? You can still be faithful, right? Because the drive is in use. Wait a few minutes for the other burning task to complete. It's saying maybe I don't think it's burning because if it's burning, it's supposed to turn green. But let's see. Let's give it a few minutes. Let's give it a few minutes. Okay. So on this one, I got the instructions here. Okay, so that looks like a charging port. Okay, I don't need the charging port right now, do I? I think I charged it before. So now we have this one, USB-C date cable, USB-A. I got those on here on the back. We got USB-A and C, USB-A and C. Oh, this is time that I sure miss my hubby because he could figure this kind of stuff out. He could figure it out, y'all. Okay, so if I have that ultra thin design, it says plug and play. You don't have to download additional drivers. Let me turn it over. Connect an external drive to your laptop by using USB A slash USB D. Okay, so you're supposed to be able to connect this to your laptop based on uh, and I'm gonna use okay, so that is, that's my C. Okay, so I was able to do that. Then it says set the area identification mechanism of the external drive is set the area identification mechanism of the external drive is consistent with the area code attached to the disk. What does that mean? Set the area identification. Okay, what's the area identification? Contact the support team. Do you have a number where I could call y'all? Do you have a number where I could call y'all? Okay, I am trying to see if I can. Hmm, okay, that's not good because it put it here in my music library, but now I can't tell which one is the wave, or can I? Nope. So that's not helping me. So let's go back to my other one. Lord help me, Jesus. Okay. Media player, Windows media. I wonder if it's different. Is this different? Seems to be different than, maybe that's the problem. So let me look up this Windows. Try to do it over here and it wouldn't. It's telling me what drive is in use. What drive is in use? There's no drive in use. Lord. Well, it's not looking good. I'm getting frustrated. It's not looking good here. Okay, let me see if I can find. Oh, they've got media player there. What about Windows? Is it a different one? Windows. Hmm. That might be the problem that I can't do it on my new one. My new one doesn't have Windows media player. It just has media player. Okay, so what happens if I just put that in? Let's see what happens if I just put that in. Select to choose what happens with blank CDs. Let's see what happens here. burn an audio CD. That's what I want to do. Let's see if that'll help me out. Welcome to Windows Media Player. That's what I was looking for. Uh-oh. Choose the initial settings for Windows Media Player. You can change these settings in the player later. I'll put recommended, say that one. Okay, I might be in business. All right. I don't know if any, I'm forgetting about people watching me here on TikTok. I think I got something good going on here. So I'm going to try to sit that on where I had it. Help me, Lord, not to get impatient. Not to get impatient. I might just have to let y'all go on TikTok. I don't even know if anybody's watching me, but so what is going on here? Are you loading for me? Are you just loading for me on your own? This is if you are. Is it just loading for me on its own? Well, this is interesting. It looks like it is loading all of my songs on here. Awesome. But the only thing is, I cannot tell which ones are waves and which ones are. Okay, I'm trying to do two things here. If I could just see which one is my what is this? What is this? No. Music. Is there a playlist? There are no playlists in this library. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to move this over. That's what I'm going to do is create a playlist. I think I'm going to have to go ahead and get off of here because I need to be able to use both my hands. Nope, I want you to move over to the other side. Okay, because then I can finish this and I can get down to some business, and it's getting late. So I don't think there's anybody still on with me, but um, I'm gonna go ahead and end the streams, y'all, so that I can actually get some work done. It doesn't look like anybody was watching me on YouTube and Facebook anyway, but I'm gonna end the streams because I think I done figured this out. I think I done figured it out, and it looks like it's gonna work on my newer CD burner. So I've enjoyed hanging out with those that did join me and chat with me. I'm gonna go ahead and go so I can get some work done. God be with you. Until next time, until we meet again. God bless. In the live, share your live for more views. In live questions, share your live, cancel. So, how do I share it if I want more? Oh, is that how I share it? Okay, I think I just figured it out. So, what I'm going to do is take this out for a minute. Just want to move this over, actually. Come on, I want to move you over. Let me end this one first, and that one.